So today I wanted to have a little talk about how quarantine is impacting on our romantic relationships. So this has been something that I have been talking about quite a lot recently, and I thought it would be helpful to do a video to explain it in a little bit more detail. So there can be loads of ways of looking at this. So for example, I'll work my way forward. So I'm going to go through the ideas of if you live with your romantic partner, if you're separated from your romantic partner, or if you're not in a relationship. So if you are isolating or quarantined with your partner, there's been so much there's so many different levels to this. So if you are feeling really distressed by the situation, it could be one of you is still working and really on that front line, or it could just be that you're feeling overwhelmed by the news and not really sure how to deal with that emotion. For some people, that can make your sex drive dramatically decrease. However, some people, they may choose to engage in more sex because that's going to make them feel more relaxed and give them some sort of protector over their emotions, kind of to make them feel better. Also, when you're in a relationship and you're quarantined, there's something called the terror management theory. So basically that means that when we are faced with a life or death situation, our sex drive increases because we want to procreate, because then we kind of think that we're going to live on in other people. So then that could then cause a massive drive in people wanting to have sex because they're thinking, oh my god, if something terrible happens to me, this is what we're going to go on. And this is really kind of an innate human need, so it would be really subconscious. But it's obviously it's the survival of the fittest. It's that human need and desire to procreate and kind of keep going, really. So that's something else to really bear in mind. And often kind of to alleviate boredom, that people may be engaging in more sex. So that's kind of something, if you're in a relationship, to think about. Then if you're separated from your partner, again, you've got the similarities of the anxiety and the stress of the situation if either of you are key workers or you're both key workers. But you want to try and find creative ways of becoming close with someone. So you may be engaging in more FaceTime, and that could be more sexually fueled FaceTime. And those sorts of things are really kind of to keep that connectedness, because again, as humans, we have a basic need to feel connected, to feel that we belong and feel loved by others, and the need to love as well. So by doing so, we'll try and find ways to have that connectedness, and that could be through sharing more information, it could be communicating a lot more, but then bearing in mind that there's going to be some people that find it really, really difficult, so they just kind of might be going on their shells. It's about really communicating with your partner, whether you are together or whether you are apart, and being able to work through those things and really kind of understanding how the other party feels. Then we have the idea of, if you aren't in a relationship, doesn't mean that you're looking for a relationship. However, going back to some of the human needs that we spoke about in the last one, that we have a basic human need. It's in Maslow's hierarchy of needs that we need that belonging. And often when we are single, particularly when we're quarantined, we found that people are trying to potentially reach out to old flames, to kind of see if you can reignite that spark. However, in the same sentence, it could be that you're doing more online dating because you're trying to create that closeness to others, because at the moment we can't have physical closeness. So the way we can do that is through like digital closeness, so connecting to people over online platforms. So that's again something really interesting to be aware of, that if you are interacting with others, what kind of need is that feeling for you? Is it something that's making you feel good now? Is that something that's going to make you feel good long term? And just working out really what is the best thing for you. And also this kind of goes across all spectrums. So say if you're in a difficult place in a relationship, or you've just split up with someone, or you're kind of on the edge, that this scenario can really draw people apart, or push people back together. So it could be like the final straw for some people of being with someone all day, all night, where usually you have work to break it off, or it could be that you're apart from someone and you realise that maybe you aren't working out, or the stress of everything has got too much, so that could then break you apart. Or it could be that because you are together with someone so much that you start to reignite things. And again, that's similarly to if you aren't in a relationship, you may be looking back to past relationships and think, well, could I have done that? Or do you want that back together? So there are so many factors. So don't be alarmed if you're confused about kind of sex and relationships right now, because we're all learning a different way. We're all having to deal with our emotions to really understand what is going on. But I thought I would just share that reflection on the different aspects that we can have. Hope you're all staying safe and well.